Hi and welcome to Year 9 Digital Technologies. We're going to be creating our own website from scratch in this subject. So to start with, we're going to have a look at the Age website. Up here we can see there's the title of the page in the tab. We have the title on the page here and some navigation to be able to navigate the site and sometimes maybe even out of the site. Looking down at the site, we can see there's lots of images. There's also some hypertext. We've also maybe got some links to other places in the site or even outside of the site. So if I right click up here and go down to View Page Source, this will open up a new tab. And now in this tab, we can see all the code that is sitting behind this particular page. So this is the code that renders the page the way that we see it and gives it the look that we're looking for. If we go down to the bottom of the page, we can see that there are approximately 4,114 lines of code that make up this particular page. So if we go back up here, and I'm going to select a piece of code, self-braking, now standard in every Mazda SUV. So I'm just going to copy that, Control-C, go back into our Age website, and I will hit Control-F, which brings up our Find window, Control-V, which puts in our text, and there we are. We can see that particular text. This is where it shows up on the page. So if we go all the way to the top, we can see that is a fair way down. Okay, if we go back into this site, we can see that we got that code from line number 3,315. So interesting to look at. Now, to make our web pages, we are going to be using one of two programs. I'm going to be using Notepad++. I use a Windows computer and I really like to use Notepad++. That's up to me. We also have another program called Text Wrangler, which works quite well on a Mac. You may prefer to use that if you have a Mac. That is totally up to you. Links to download the programs to run both of those are under the resources folder on our LMS. So we're going to start off writing our page. Our very first line of code is the HTML tag. HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. That's the coding language we're going to be writing this site in. Now we've got our opening tag. We always want to close our tags off as well. So there's our closing tag. So this we're going to be writing our web page in HTML code. So the next tag we're going to pop in is our head tag. Every website will have a head and a body. So head, and we're going to close that off as well. Head, sorry, made a mistake there. Okay, so that is our head tag. Now inside our head tag, we would find things like the title. So we're going to pop the title in there. And we will also put a closing title tag as well. Okay, now you can see that I'm tabbing in as well when I'm doing this. Not only does this keep our code neat, just makes it a lot more readable or easier to read. So in here, in the title, we're going to say, this is where the title goes. Okay, now we also want to pop in the body. Now in the body, that's where our content goes. So there's our opening body tag and our closing body tag with the backstroke. And inside our body tag, we are going to write, we'll tab in, we're going to write, this is where the content goes. Okay, so we've written our first few lines of code of our page. Now, if we just go in and save this, it will just save it as a text file. If it saves it as a text file, it won't run as an HTML page. So what we need to do is go in here, File, Save As, and I've already found this file. I'm saving mine in a file called 2017 Year 9 ICT. Now I want to create a new folder for this, and I'm going to call this folder LA1 because this is Learning Activity 1. Now we don't want to save it as a normal text file. We'll actually call this My First Page, our file name, My First Page. And we don't want to save it as a normal text file. What we're looking for is this, hypertext markup language. So we're going to save it as an HTML file. Now, if we save that, now you can see that our tags have changed color. Now it looks like it's code. Now, if we want to, we can run this and have a look at our first page as well. So we will run. I'm going to launch mine in Chrome. It's up to you. You may use Firefox. You may use another program. I'm going to be launching mine in Chrome. And there's our first site. So we can see here, this is where we had our title. So this is where the title goes. If we shrink this, we'll be able to see both at the same time. So this is where the title goes, was in our title tags. That's up here. And this is where the content goes, is in our body tag. So this is the basic structure of an HTML page. We have an HTML tag, a head tag with our title tag in there, stating our title, and we have a body tag, which states where the content goes. We will be expanding this bit further in the next video. Continue on.